So let's switch to my browser so I can show you guys the app. And here's what it looks like. So it's essentially a spreadsheet that aggregates all revenue and cost data for each product and shows average profitability for every unit sold. And it lets you do two things. So first of all, you can check your current per unit profitability. To do that, you just click the Set to Actuals button, select the needed time period, let's say 30 days, and the tool instantly pulls up your data from Amazon for that time period and sets all of these numbers to actual values. So here we see that our average price for product one was $17.3. Daily unit sales were 4.3 units. So again, this is an average over 30 days, so it might not be an exact, integer number. Our advertising cost of sale for this product was 30%. And the PPC share of sales, or the percentage of sales that were generated by PPC advertising, was 10%. Okay? We can also expand this section in the middle to see all of our costs. The unit landed costs we input manually, and the rest of all of your costs, the Amazon fees and the PPC costs essentially, are all pulled up automatically. And then we have our profitability metrics on the right over here in this section. So we have our margin, ROI, return on investment, our payback period with a long formula, but it's actually just the number of months essentially that it takes to recover your initial investment in the inventory, and then your monthly profit and monthly revenue. Okay? So this is super useful because you can instantly get an in-depth understanding of the state of each product. And let's say you're running out of stock on product one and need to decide whether to commit another $10,000 to this product by placing an order with your supplier. Well, now you have a much more granular understanding of this product's current profitability, and you can make a higher quality decision essentially. So not only do you now have, aggregate profitability data about this product by looking at the dashboard and maybe some historical figures, but also unit level kind of profitability, ROI, and all the other inputs and outputs. But here's where it gets really interesting. So a second way you can use this tool is a little more advanced, but it's extremely powerful. It's called sensitivity analysis. So the idea is that you can play with any of these inputs, as well as the unit landed cost, and see how your profitability metrics on the right respond. And by doing that, develop a much better sense of how compelling each product is. Not just today, but potentially in the future. So let's go through a couple of examples to kind of illustrate. Let's say you want to understand how a $1 discount from your supplier would impact your profit margin and ROI, because that might help you decide how large the order should be. To do that, all you have to do is adjust the unit landed cost value downward by $1, and you instantly see how much of an impact it has on your key metrics. So your margin goes up by 5.8%, ROI 55%, payback period goes down, and monthly profit increases by this amount. So isn't this cool? Or say you're thinking of running a promotion where you sell 2 units a day at 50% off, and you want to estimate how that would affect your average profitability per unit. Really, really important to kind of think through that before giving significant discounts, and that's something that most sellers never do. So we have 2 additional columns over here, daily promo sales and promo discount, and we just put in 2 units per day at 50% off, and immediately we see how large of an impact this has on your profitability and how expensive it is to do aggressive giveaways like that. Another thing you can easily do is find your break-even point. So what is the lowest price you can sell at so you're not losing any money nor making any, right? So to do that, you just select the needed product, let's say product 1, and then in the actions menu, choose find break-even point by sales price. And our system instantly sets your sales price to a level where the margin is equal to 0. And this is really useful because now you know that this is kind of like the floor in terms of the price, where you're going to be kind of bleeding money on every sale if you go below that. You can also find your break-even ACOS actually. So same way, just select the needed product and then find break-even point by ACOS. And here we set the ACOS to a level that makes your margin 0, given that all the other kind of inputs are, remain the same essentially. So you know that this is the highest kind of allowable ACOS at the current price level, etc., that would ensure that you're neither making any money nor losing any. Let's look at another example. So say you want to better understand how your profitability depends on the percentage of sales that you generate organically. Super important kind of thing to understand and have an intuitive sense for. So we have a column here called Ppc Share Sales, and it essentially, shows the percentage of sales that you're generating through PPC advertising. And you can play with this number to simulate various scenarios. So let's say we want to see how profitable this product can be if all of its sales are organic. Just put in 0% over here, and we see that it has a really high ROI and payback of only 1 month, which is kind of insane. So we see how profitable the product can be if it's so good that you're selling everything organically. And then let's simulate the opposite scenario. What if all of our sales are coming in through PPC ads? And we see, again, that the profitability profile of this product drops substantially if you do that. Okay, and let's go through one last example here to really just drive the point home. Let's say you just launched this product 1, a few weeks ago, and it's still kind of ramping up. So maybe you've lowered your price to kind of be a little more aggressive and get more clicks. Your sales are low, and all of those sales are being generated through PPC, or let's say 90%. And then you're not very efficient with your advertising. So let's say you have a 80% ACOS. So we see that this product is deeply unprofitable, and you're losing $400 a month in profit at the level of sales of 2 units per day. But this is not really what you care most about. You really care most about the steady state profitability potential of this product after it ramps up. So let's say you know that your competitors are selling at $30, and you can kind of be in line with them in terms of your pricing, and you can sell maybe 10 units a day. You can reduce your ACOS somewhat, let's say 50%, and generate 70% organically, 30% through PPC. We see that under these conditions, the product is extremely profitable. 340% ROI is unheard of, basically, and that you're making more than $3,500 per month in contribution margin or in profit for this product. So this might inform you that, hey, maybe I should be way more aggressive during the ramp-up phase and increase my bids, lower my pricing even more, because the product just has such insane potential. So isn't this cool? This is super actionable kind of analysis and could really give you an edge over your competition. And it doesn't take being a certified public accountant or a pro in corporate finance to run this kind of analysis, especially now that you have this tool that automatically can pull your actual data from Amazon, where you don't have to download reports and integrate all of that data in Excel, etc. So I think this is really, really cool. And so far we've looked at our existing products, but you can also apply this to potential new products. So we have a little product tracker here, which is a similar table, and you can add products here either manually, or you can use our Chrome extension, which adds products from Amazon and calculates their FBA fee automatically in just a single click. And then you can, over time, accumulate a pipeline of products that seem interesting, play with their numbers, simulate various scenarios, and see which ones have higher profitability potential, essentially under similar conditions. So this is really, really actionable because, as I said, serious sellers have significant sort of long lists of potential product candidates that they're constantly looking at, researching the numbers, playing with the unit economics, and then launching new products in a very data-driven way. So let's go back to our deck. and that's unit economics. So hopefully this was kind of interesting and helpful. I think it's super cool, and this is really what got me into the project of building Sellerscale, because I implemented that unit economics model in Excel to help me run my own business. And then after seeing how indispensable it was over time, I decided to turn it into a product and share it with other sellers. So, play around with it and let me know what you guys think.